guys, welcome to tonight's Big Brother 23 chat.
Oh, hi. It's episode 5.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. All right, so last time Travis was evicted, and the new HOH is Kai.
Yay!
Very good, very good.
Wonderful. We love to see it.
Yes. So, hey, who flipped? Who were the 2 rogue hinky votes?
Everybody wants to know now who was responsible for these votes.
Well, Derek freaking F did it as a joke.
Yeah. I don't know that I would say it was for a joke. I think he was trying to stir up some drama.
That's what he said.
No, I know he said that, but like, he was trying to stir up some drama.
Tiffany did it because
Frenchie asked her to.
Yeah.
He was all like, yeah, I want you to vote for Alyssa to go because I want to make sure that Derek X is going to be a bigger target than me next week.
Because he's going to pin it on Derek X.
He's going to try and pin it on Derek X because Lil D and Travis were super tight. So Tiffany was like, yes, I will do this because she wants to keep her enemies closer.
And besides, Frenchie said, I'll never tell.
Well, Tiffany was also like, I will do this on one condition. You can't tell anybody, ever. And she figures if he does say something, then she can just be like, all right, he's got to go. That's it. Yep. I got a reason to get rid of him. We're all good. Yeah.
So, Xavier decides to go and iron some paper towels just to talk to Kylan.
This episode was, okay, first of all, this episode was like 85% Tiffany, which... love it. Give us some more. Yeah. We can do it with even more percentage of Tiffany. But also, these house guests are really skilled at doing other things to cover up talking to people.
Yes, because ironing paper towels is not a dead giveaway.
Got out all the wrinkles.
Well,
he was just playing that up for us.
Well, you know what? I don't think Xavier has anything to worry about because this is going to be a smooth week with Kylan.
He's good with Kylan.
HOH.
They got their cookout alliance. It's all good.
I just kind of wish that Kylan wasn't so emoji.
But that's part of what makes him so special.
He is very special, but it's like...
he's a wonderful person.
Quit your crying already.
No!
All right, well... What did your father call him?
My dad came up with a nickname for Kylan. Yeah, Kryland.
All right.
I love Kylan. Anyway, Frenchie just can't keep his mouth shut.
He said he's shooting off his mouth to like Brent
and Whitney.
Like,
oh, I know who cast the 2 rogue votes, but I can't tell. I'm not going to tell anybody.
I'll never tell.
Well, you know that's going to piss people off.
Especially Tiffany, who saw you say that you'll never tell, but you know.
So Tiffany's in an interesting position here because she knows she was one of the votes, and Frenchie knows, but she's still like, why are you saying that? Like,
does
why?
She know that Derek F was the other vote?
I feel like Derek F tried to own up to it. They didn't show it on the show, but they were talking about it on the feeds, that he said to at least a few people, like, yeah, it was me.
It was a joke.
Yeah. But Tiffany, that was pretty bold of her to be like, why are you saying all this and you won't give the names? Like, why would you say it in the first place? So she's not afraid to call Frenchie out on his BS.
Good.
Even though she was part of that whole thing.
But he said he'd never tell.
Well, this is really freaking Tiffany out even more about Frenchie. So she goes and talks to Kylan, and she's like, you need to be careful with Frenchie because he's a disaster.
Well, Kryland also said...
Don't call him that!
I know, because Travis told me the very same thing on his way out the door.
Is this what Julie was referring to about Travis trying to blow up Frenchie's game? Or was that just like a different incident?
I think possibly this is what Julie was talking about.
Really? Was that it? Or was there more that we just didn't get to see?
I'm sure
I hope there was more.
I'm sure this was edited down.
Of course.
You know.
There's been so much going on.
You got to get to everything.
Yeah. So Travis also warned Kylan. He was like, yeah, Frenchie says a lot of stuff and then doesn't follow through on it. He makes a lot of promises, doesn't follow through on it.
He's a snake. He's all over the place. He's a loose cannon. He's got dirty overalls. I don't know.
So Kylan's like, all right, well, I got to keep my eye on the situation because clearly Frenchie's pissing a lot of people off.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, it's time to see Kylan's HOH room. Kryland.
Oh.
Well, he is Kryland for this because he's so mushy. His pictures of his mom, who's his best friend,
his letters
in
from
there.
his mommy.
He couldn't read it. He deferred
he couldn't read it
to
out loud.
Tiffany to read because
It was so sweet.
It was really
And you really
sweet.
couldn't pick a better person to read that letter out loud. I could listen to Tiffany all day.
And she's a mom.
There's something so soothing about her voice.
I think that's why Tiffany and Kyland are so close because
Could be.
She's a mommy and he needs his mommy.
Yeah. But it was very sweet and they didn't show it. But his music is Hamilton!
Ah! Ah! All right, so Tiffany has found a way to be able to chat with Ozza whenever she wants. She just pretends that she's crying in her lap.
That's so funny. This was so well edited too. Oh my god. So she pretended that she was crying because she missed her son and he's like states away.
She doesn't miss you that much. She just wants to get Frenchie nominated.
Yeah. No, she misses her son, of course. But every time somebody would like come in and then leave, they would both be like, it was very funny.
All right.
But it's interesting because Ozza is on Frenchie's team, and while she knows that Frenchie is a mess, she doesn't necessarily want him to go yet. Yeah, she doesn't want to lose a number there.
He's an ass in a seat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time to talk about the wild card competition.
Ooh, okay. So the teams went off on their own to discuss like who should be competing for this wild card. And Frenchie was telling his team, like, put me in, I need this. And they're all like,
coach.
All right, fine. Because he did win HOH last week and gave them all safety with that. Right. So they were like, sure. All right.
Sarah Beth. She wants to win this competition so that she can control the power so that Frenchie does not have a reason to stay.
Yeah. Okay. And then Team Aces, they were just like, let's just draw.
I feel like Team Aces is a mess. And they can't agree on anything.
Somewhat, yeah.
So they drew. And Brent was the player for their team.
So the field is set.
Excuse me. Get dressed up, kids. We're going out.
Yeah, they put on their fancy clothes. Notice everybody was wearing light colors.
They gave them those.
I know.
Oh.
I'm saying they were because of the way that the challenge was working.
I thought it was going to happen was they were going to put a nice thing on that they brought from home.
And then we're going to destroy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Brother gave them some light-colored fancy clothes because this is a paint challenge, y'all. But they changed it up this time, but we're not there yet.
First, we got to talk about Kyland and Frenchie.
Okay, so this is exciting because this stuff that happened before the wild card competition was not on the feeds.
Right.
This happened while the feeds were down, so this is the first time we're seeing this. But yeah, Kyland and Frenchie had a one-on-one. Frenchie's like trying to give him advice about how to be an HOH because his HOH week was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So Frenchie starts asking Kyland questions, and Kyland's like, I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah. Kyland was doing this whole thing during his one-on-ones where he was like, all right, I'm going to ask you guys questions, and if you ask me anything, I'm not going to answer because I'm the HOH. And that is the power that I have this week. So it was all about gaining information for Kyland. So.
Well, I guess that was a big red flag to Frenchie because he went on a freaking tirade. A Kai raid. All right, so...
Yeah, he freaked out by not hearing from Kyland, like, you're safe, you're good.
In the slaughterhouse together.
And
they're
the butchers,
supposed to be aligned.
Yeah. He should have been thinking that when he was trying to get Kyland out last week.
Yeah. All right, so he's walking around, F the slaughterhouse,
yeah, he's telling Brent,
out.
F the slaughterhouse. And then he goes in, he sees Whitney, points at her, he's like, I'm out. And she's hanging out with people that are not in their alliance, so they're all just like, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah. What are you doing with Frenchie? So then, later on, after everybody's pissed, Frenchie has the balls to go over to Brent and say, hey, could you throw me the wild card comp? Because if I don't win it, I'm probably going to go home.
And he did say that to Sarah Beth as well. Mm-hmm. And she was like, so what? You want me to throw it? And he's like, I couldn't ask you to do that.
Okay, good. Don't. Because she's not going to do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, speak of the devil, it's time for the wild card competition.
Whoa. All right. So it's at the BB Art Museum.
Oh.
It's called BB Flying Colors. I wonder who came up with that trendy title.
I don't know.
All right, so you're looking at a series of pictures or a picture, and you have to kind of get it in your mind what colors are in the picture and where and how many and what's the most.
Yeah, because then they're going to ask you a question based on what you saw, and whoever answers it correctly first is going to get that point for the round. And
they're going to get blasted with food dye.
See, this is interesting because usually if you get blasted with paint, that's
bad.
A bad thing. Mm-hmm. But in this case, you want to.
Right. All right, so I guess Sarah Beth really had the edge on this one.
Well, also, we want to mention the first person to 3 points wins. Okay.
Yeah. So Sarah Beth is a forensic chemist or a forensic scientist.
Yeah, she's got to pay attention to details.
Right. And the other two?
They have eyes.
Brent's just got to look out for drunks on his flight, and
yeah, I love when he was talking about French. He's like, if somebody showed up on my flight like this, like,
yeah,
they'd be leaving with the police.
They'd be going to the Skyway. Or Frenchie, I mean, all the sheep are probably white, so what does he know about color? All right, so it was a 3-way tie in the beginning.
Yeah, they each had 1 point.
But then Sarah Beth pulled ahead and went straight to 3 and won the competition.
How exciting!
Good for you.
That's a big deal.
So she can guarantee her safety.
But here's the twist.
Mm-hmm.
If she's going to be safe for the week, she needs to leave her current team.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's going to become a member of Teen Queens. Did I say teen? Team Queens. But
what about Teen Queens?
Yeah, right. It's not like she's just joining that team. She'd be taking
somebody else's
spot. And their safety, because they would be moving to Team Kings.
Oh.
So, yeah. It's pretty freaking wild. So she couldn't take it from Kylan because he's the HOH. So she would essentially be switching with either Tiffany or Claire.
Right. So they gave her a couple minutes to decide whether or not she wants to use it. But she said, no, I don't want to use it.
Yeah,
I like my team that I'm working with. I want to stay with them. Plus, I feel safe with Kylan.
Yeah, she didn't tell anybody that. But she's got a tight final two with Kylan.
Oh, what a sacrifice. How wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great move on her part. Thank you for taking one
for the team.
Yeah, I mean, she also gained a lot of trust with Tiffany and Claire because they are working in a 3-person alliance, the Jackpot. Mm-hmm. So it was really just all around a great move for Sarah Beth to do that.
Mm-hmm. Smart. Mm-hmm. See, I probably would have done something stupid. I'm just gonna lock in my safety.
Yeah. Well, that also means that Brent and Frenchie are both still eligible to be nominated this week as well. I mean, Sarah Beth is too, but she's not.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah.
All right, so Kylan and Tiffany having another chat. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to tell him what to do. She's not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment only.
Okay.
But Frenchie's a snake. And you should probably nominate him and get rid of him. Throw him in the garbage because it's trash.
It was interesting because...
in the game.
Yeah. This conversation, they didn't show the whole thing on the show. Mm-hmm. But on the feeds, we got to see a lot more of it. And Tiffany was actually saying, like, I don't know what your relationship is with Frenchie, but if you don't feel comfortable putting him up on the block, you can go after the other members of that 3-headed snake. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to put up Brent and Whitney, that's great. And then if one of them comes down, put up Frenchie. So she was actually pushing more for Brent and Whitney to go up, which is interesting. But
well, she probably figures too, he's such an anus in the house that he's going to be a nice meat shield for everybody. Yeah,
for sure.
Nobody's going to want to work with him, and nobody's going to take him seriously. He's just going to be a goat.
Plus, he's been loyal to Tiffany so far, so she's like, maybe I'll keep him around for a little bit. We'll see. But everybody else has been telling Kylan in their one-on-ones, Frenchie's gotta go.
Wow.
And those one-on-one conversations did actually happen, not that quickly as they were in the episode, but pretty darn quick because they didn't have a lot of time to get through all that.
Well, everybody was telling him that except for maybe Brittany.
Yeah.
She threw Christian/Alyssa under the bus and Whitney/Brent.
Yeah. No mention of Frenchie, really.
Oh, because he's on her team.
Yeah, and she's super loyal to her teammates.
Right. So, it's time for the nominations by Kryland.
Stop, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. So, he nominates Frenchie and Brittany.
Ooh.
Because they're teammates.
Right.
He nominated Frenchie because he wants him to go.
He Frenchied last week.
Yeah, he did. Hard.
Yeah.
And he's worried that if he didn't put Brittany up on the block, she might win the veto and save him.
Right.
That would suck. So he doesn't want that to happen. So Frenchie and Brittany got all fired up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to laugh because when these people get all fired up and they're like, I'm going to win and I'm going to do that. We want results. We don't want words.
Yeah.
We don't want promises. Show us.
I have to say, though,
back it up.
I do enjoy an emotionally charged, unscripted DR.
I do.
So the one that we saw from Brittany, I was like, yes, Brittany.
Yes, Brittany, but win something.
Yeah.
Come on.
So a lot of big talk there. We'll see what happens with the POV on Wednesday night's episode. Or if you guys don't want to wait that long, make sure you're checking out our spoiler videos every single day. We have a lot of fun with them.
If you're hungry, why don't you order a cookbook?
Oh!
Well, you could order our air fryer cookbook.
Yeah,
the link is down in the info box below.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
You have dinner in like 15 minutes.
It's a good time.
It is. Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yep.
And we'll see you tomorrow. And until then,
Much love.